Hi, I'm Jason Sterling, and it is one week until the Carnival Vista leaves on its New Year's Eve 2021 8-day cruise. And there have been some big changes with Carnival policy in the past couple of days. And the big question with me is, are they being a little deceptive in the wording of their policy changes? And are my son and I still going to go? Okay, so it's 1 week. It's 1 week, and it's getting stressful, of course. Stressful for me. I have a little high anxiety anyway, right? So, of course, the naturally stressful thing is coming up with our pre-boarding COVID test. I'm always worried. Well, not always. I've only done it once. Okay, but I was worried the one time that I did it before this, of course, that I'm going to end up asymptomatic positive, right? Not even know I'm sick, but even being asymptomatic, of course, you can't go. And on one hand, I do get that. If you're a carrier, you shouldn't go. Although I think the chances being asymptomatic of spreading it are slim. Okay, you don't get to go. The only thing, though, is that, of course, the CDC doesn't care if I'm going to Disney World or Las Vegas or on an Amtrak train, which is kind of like a cruise. If I was on Amtrak for 3 days, a little metal tube with a whole bunch of the same people and no social distancing on Amtrak, well, they wouldn't care. But with cruising, they do care. So you have to be tested before you go. And it does kind of introduce that anxiety a little bit. Now, the other anxiety producing thing is Carnival has decided to tighten up its masking policy as it pertains to being indoors on the ship. So from here on out, no, not from here on out, from here on until the end of January, as things stand right now, you have to wear a mask everywhere indoors unless you're actively eating or drinking. Now, before that, it's not a lot different than the policy before, although it kind of is, because before, you had to wear them in elevators. You had to wear them like in the show lounge and the comedy club lounge where things are much tighter and there's a lot of people congregated all the time. And you had to wear them when you were lining up for dining. So if you're lining up for dining and being taken to your table, you had to wear them. And then once you were seated, you could take them off. That's still the case, actually. So like when you're eating or drinking, it's not slip and sip everywhere, although it is in the casino. We'll come to that. But normally, if you're at the bar and you're drinking, you have a drink in front of you and you're actively kind of drinking it, because I drink, sit down, talk a little bit, drink, sit down, talk. You don't have to wear one there. So that is still the case. But, if you're walking place to place, if you're hanging out in the lobby with your friends, you're just talking and hanging out, you do. You do now. So that's been kind of a big change with the policy. Outside, you don't, though. Keep that in mind. Outside, you don't. And in the casino, the big change was, now it doesn't affect me. A lot of people like this part. No more smoking in the casino, at least until the end of January, right? I think this is a test to see if that will work and they'll still make a lot of money in the casino. I think that's what's going on there, but it is a test to see if, no smoking. That's what I think, right? No smoking, though, until January the 22nd in the casino at all, whether you're playing or otherwise. They're also reopening the casino bars. They were closed for a little while. They've been closed. So they're reopening the casino bars, but of course, no smoking at the bar either. And you have to slip and sip, as they call it. So you pull down your mask, take a drink, put your mask back at the casino bar. Now, I do think there have been some outbreaks at the casinos. I know at least of 2 for sure, where a bunch of casino employees got, infected. I think they were all asymptomatic, but they still came down with it, right? So I can see where they want to tighten that up a little bit. And I think that's the original reason why a lot of the bars there were closed. I don't know, but that's what's been going on with the policy change. So is it too big of a change? I will say that for some people it is, including the people that we're traveling with. They have elected to forego the New Year's Eve cruise and they'll rebook at a later date. On one hand, they really didn't want to deal with being in a mask all the time indoors. They spend a lot of time indoors, and especially this time of year when it gets dark so early, and when it gets dark, it gets cooler. They didn't want to be, trapped in that mask all evening. They kind of want to get away from that a little bit. And while they understood the initial policy of needing it in really crowded, congested areas, like, say, the comedy club, they don't see that for all over, everywhere indoors. So there's a lot of people that feel that way. They also were concerned about the language. And that's going to bring me to my big point about Carnival and the deceptive nature of the language of this policy as they've changed it. The language states that you are requested to wear a mask indoors. You're requested. Now, most people, when they get a request, they have a right to either accept the request or reject the request. So if someone says, I'd like to request the pleasure of your company at dinner, you can say, oh, I'd love to attend dinner with you. Or you can say, I'm sorry, I'm busy. I don't want to accept that request. And that's the way a lot of people read it. Now, I did speak to someone at Carnival directly, and he said, no, it is required. He said it's required. No matter where you are indoors, if you're not wearing a mask, they're going to come up and tell you to put one on. So it is required. Now, the big problem with that is not everybody's going to call Carnival. Not everybody's going to nail down exactly what they mean by requested. Because what they mean is required. And so their concern is you could end up with a lot of negativity and a lot of hostility from other passengers. That could be a destabilizing effect on the cruise as a whole and kind of bring down the whole mood. If you get people on board and they feel like they've been deceived by this company and they don't want to wear the mask and they're not going to do it and they're going to be hostile about it and there's going to be fights and arguments. I mean, who wants to deal with that, right? Nobody does. And that's a very good reason why when you are a corporation, you don't try to deceive your clients. Just tell them what you mean. I know you don't want cancellations and I know you don't want to lose money, but how much money are you going to lose in the long run if people feel deceived? And why ruin a bunch of people like myself and other people? By the way, am I going? I am going. My son and I are still going. Yes, we'll be okay with the masking rule. We're outdoors a lot anyway. And, well, let's face it, if I don't have to wear it while I'm drinking, I'm always drinking. I'm always going to be drinking. Hell, I'll just give me an open bottle of champagne. I'll just carry it around and just, with a straw, so like a sippy cup of it, and just walk around with it all the time. I'm always drinking. So, we don't really have a problem with it. So why not just say, hey, it's required. It is. It's required. And if you've got a problem, let's rebook you for another time. And then all the people like myself, maybe you who are listening, other people will say, you know what? I don't have a problem with it. I'm still going because I am still going. And in fact, I just got done a little while ago nailing down, my final dinner reservations for like Gigi Asian and Cocina de Capitano. I nailed those down. I bought my Cheers program. Of course, like I said, always drinking. Or I'm going to call it my COVID insurance policy. I just got finished booking the Cheers program, and also internet program as well. So yes, I'm still going. Now, of course, that's assuming I actually passed my COVID test. Fingers crossed, God willing. I have been wearing a mask at work when I remember. Sometimes forget because we don't have any masking in my area typically. But I have there, and like when I went out today to finish up some Christmas shopping, this is actually Christmas Eve. It's 1 week out when I'm recording this. I did wear a mask like to Walmart and Atwoods and places like that, right? Where it's everywhere. Actually, I went this morning and I did wear a mask. So hopefully I will pass my COVID test and my son will pass. My son's been at home since school let out, so I think he'll be fine and probably will be at home. But, that's my big anxiety. And I wish it wasn't just limited to cruising. I mean, if the CDC thinks it's important and going to do it, they probably should spread it out all over the place. But, oh, well, okay, let's skip that. You already know how I feel on that one. Yeah, that's how I feel on that one. I am super excited, though, to go. I have really been just pumped about it. I can't wait to get back out on the water. I can't wait for New Year's Eve. I can't wait to be on the ship again and have someone else cook and clean. And really just enjoy some time, of course, with my son, doing the stuff we like to do, play miniature golf, ride the water slides, hang out, go to the movies, go to an IMAX theater, stuff like that. I am, in fact, actually really pretty much just about to spin out of my skin at this point. I'm so excited. I always am. I've been on a dozen cruises or something. Still excited. I'm excited anytime I travel anywhere. I'm really, really pumped. I've got most of my packing done. Not hygiene items like toothpaste, stuff like that. My medications I take. I'm a kidney transplant patient, by the way. So when I say medications, that's what I mean by that. I'm a kidney transplant patient. So I have to take anti-rejection medications to keep from rejecting my kidney, of course. So I'll wait to pack those until the end. But most everything else is done. I've got stuff packed up. I've looked up things like construction on I-35 and I-45. Those have been my routes down to Houston. I know there's some construction, and when I put in the route into MapQuest, it shows about 30 minutes longer than normal to make that trip. So we'll see. That's fine. 30 minutes is fine. But I looked up some construction stuff, see how that's going. But looking up the weather, thank goodness, at least my anxiety is off on that for at least the time being. Weather can always change, you guys. Oh, man. But right now, the weather looks good. The weather looks at least warm enough not to have ice and snow, which is always positive. And actually pretty much just partly cloudy or sunny. Weather in Galveston should be warm. I think a high around 75 to 80. So that'll be a beautiful day, to board the ship, set sail, beautiful night for a New Year's Eve party out on deck, I'm sure, because probably with the new masking restrictions, they might have some of the party indoors, like the balloon drop. They might forgo the balloon drop this year. I don't know. But I think most of the New Year's Eve party will be out on deck, which part of it usually is anyway. Because, if you've ever watched any videos, I have a big, like it's not a Trinitron, but whatever that big screen is out there on, by the pool, they have like a countdown, on that and stuff. So everything is looking really, really good. And I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do. Right now, what I'm going to do is Christmas. It is Christmas Eve. So we still have Christmas to go. And, so I'm got to finish up my wrapping. Got to have Christmas tomorrow. Then I have Christmas with some family the day after that on the 26th. And then back to work. 27th, 28th, testing on the 29th. Leave, knock on wood. Knock on wood. Negative result on my test and my son's test. And we drive down on the 30th. So we'll see what happens. My next video will either be me crying and sobbing because I'm not going, or it'll be on the road to Galveston. In the meantime, I hope you'll hit like, subscribe, and notify, and follow along with us as we take, fingers crossed, hopefully follow along with us as we take this New Year's Eve journey. In the meantime, thanks for watching.